equals mc squared. I have seen this equation in my brother's physics book. It is perhaps the most famous equation in the world, but even we, the school children, are familiar with it. But what does it really mean? Don't worry, I'm not here to run a physics class, but I have something really interesting to share with you, which is highly related to this equation. Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I'm HADIF AQRA bin AZLI and ISMAIL from SKI TAWAR. I'm 11 years old and I love reading books. One of my favorite writers is EINSTEIN. But today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite books from the Ordinary People Change the World series. There are 12 books in the fantastic series, and these books were my best friends during my boring quarantine days 2 years ago. Today, I'm thrilled to share my review on my most favorite book from the series, which is entitled, I Am Albert Einstein. My dear friends, do you like science and technology? If you do, then this book is perfect for you. This is a biography book. This book is written by Brett Meltzer, who is the New York Times bestseller author of Heroes for My Son, Heroes for My Daughter, The Lincoln Conspiracy, and a number of suspense novels like The Lightning Rod. This book is illustrated by Christopher Eliopoulos and published by Daerah Books for young readers in September 2014. This book has 40 pages, including the front and back cover. Now, let us take a look at the overall appearance of the book. Unlike the other biography books, this one has some comic book style illustrations that are irresistibly colorful and adorable. In this friendly, fun biography book, Albert Einstein is depicted as a child, telling his life story in first-person present tense, which keeps the book playful and accessible to young children. The font size is also appropriate for young readers. Now, let's get into the content of the book. Dear friends, do you know who Albert Einstein is? I'm sure you have heard of his name before. He is one of the most famous scientists and hero who ever lived. But how far have you known Albert Einstein? Let me share with you some interesting stories about his early life, education, and accomplishments based on what is written in this book. Albert Einstein was born in Germany on March 14 in 1879. When he was born, his family was scared that something was wrong with him. He had a very large and misshapen head, but fortunately, within the first few weeks, the shape of his head became normal. But their worries didn't stop there, because Einstein was very slow to learn to talk and did not speak until he was 4 years old. Many people believe Einstein would never succeed at anything. When he was 5 years old, his father showed him a simple pocket compass, and Einstein was fascinated, and that was the beginning of his obsession with science. At school, Einstein was a good student, and he was near the top of his class, but mainly because of math and science. When Einstein was only 12 years old, he taught himself geometry and algebra, and by the age of 15, he mastered calculus, but he hated the discipline and rigid style of the teachers. So he dropped out of school and left Germany to avoid military service. His parents were worried that their son became a school dropout with no employable skills. But Albert Einstein did not quit his education. He applied to the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, and believe it or not, he failed the entrance exam. Yes, Albert Einstein failed an exam. He excelled in math and physics, but his knowledge on subjects other than that was not good. So he failed the exam and had to take a second time, and then he was admitted. After finally graduating, he couldn't get a job in teaching for almost a decade. But the young Einstein needed money, so he got a job as a clerk in a patent office. He liked the job because he had so much free time to study and research while working there. He developed the theory of relativity and the world's most famous equation, E equals mc squared. Einstein was nominated for a Nobel Prize but did not receive it until 11 years later. Albert Einstein became the most influential physicist of the 20th century. His research changed the world. He wrote hundreds of books and was also a great philosopher. So there are so many things to be learned. Wow, inspiring, isn't it? So, my dear friends, there are many things we can learn from this book. Curiosity is one of the most powerful forces of nature. It can take you places no one's ever been and let you do things no one's ever done. And never be afraid to question the world around you. And don't be afraid of failing and making mistakes along the way. We don't have to be the next Einstein, but let's be the best we can be. Overall, I think this book is simple but amazingly interesting and well written for children. This book even includes a simple timeline with the event details. I just love this book, but a nice addition to the book would be a page of glossary at the end of the book that can benefit young readers' reading comprehension, as well as their overall understanding. Aside from that, this book is amazing and you must read it. You can buy this series from any online retailer, or you can even borrow from me. Just send me an email or reach me through WhatsApp. Maybe we can exchange some books too. That's all from me today. Let's read books and change the world. Thank you and bye.